In this series, you're going to learn about ChatGPT Prompt Engineering, and this will help you to write effective and useful prompts. And this is our part 9 video inside of this series. So as a quick introduction, if you're new, throughout this series we're going to be learning the following topics. So the first one is how to guide ChatGPT to think. The second one is the iterative prompt development. The third one is inferring and summarizing text. The fourth one is transforming text. The fifth one is expanding text. And finally, the sixth one is where you can learn how to create your own chatbot. So in summary, this is basically what we're going to be doing throughout this series. And in our previous part 8 video, we looked at what the iterative prompt development is. So if you're interested, you can also check that video out too. However, inside of this part 9 video, we're going to learn about summarizing and inferring text. So let's just look at what these two actually are. So summarizing text is very straightforward, and it's basically when you ask ChatGPT to summarize a piece of text. And you can ask ChatGPT to summarize in a few words, you can ask it to summarize in a different way, and so on. There's many different possibilities for that. And for inferring text, so it's basically where you have a piece of text, and from that piece of text you can extract certain information you need. And I'll show you this later on inside of this video of what this actually means. And this inferring text method can be really useful in sometimes. So let's actually try this out with ChatGPT and see what these two actually do. So now we're inside of ChatGPT and we're going to start off with summarizing text, as it's really easy to understand and it's really straightforward. So I'm just going to pull up the prompt here, and this is the prompt. So the prompt has a body piece of text, so I'm just going to read that. So it says, "Got this panda plush for my daughter's birthday, who loves it and takes it everywhere. It's soft and super cute and its face has a friendly look. It's a bit small for what I paid though. I think there might be other options that are bigger for the same price. It arrived a day earlier than expected, so I gotta play with it myself before I gave it to her." So this is just a piece of text, and then we're asking ChatGPT your task is to generate a short summary of a product review from an e-commerce site. So let's just see what ChatGPT will do and create a summary based on this piece of text. So now here you can see that ChatGPT has actually done the short summary, and it says, "Overall, the panda plush toy was a hit with my daughter, who adores it and carries it everywhere." So you can see that ChatGPT created a short product summary from the e-commerce site. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take that same prompt and we're going to modify it, and we're going to summarize the review in at most 30 words. So now in this case, ChatGPT will use at most 30 words inside of this new prompt here. So now that ChatGPT is done, it says, "Daughter loves a soft, cute plush toy, a bit small for the price, but arrived early, allowing for pre-gift playtime." So now you can see that ChatGPT summarized it really quickly, and it said in 30 words as well. So just like that, you're able to summarize a piece of text, and you can do whatever else you wanted. Even if you had an essay, a website, a web article, you could just ask ChatGPT to summarize it, and it'll give you the main key points. And that's basically everything that you need to know for summarizing. And now let's move on to inferring. So just to recall before we start with the actual prompt, inferring text basically means when you have a piece of text, you can extract certain information that you need from it. So in this case, I'm going to pull up the prompt now. So it says, "Needed a nice lamp for my bedroom, and this one has additional storage and not too high of a price point. Got it fast. The string to our lamp broke during the transit, and the company happily sent over a new one. Came within a few days as well. It is easy to put together. I had a missing part, so I contacted their support, and they very quickly got me the missing piece. Lumina seems to me as a great company that cares about their customers and products." So here, that was our piece of text, and now we're asking ChatGPT, what is the sentiment of the following product review? And give your word as a single word, either positive or negative. So basically what we're doing is we have a piece of text, which is a summary about the company, and then what we're doing is we're using ChatGPT, we're using the inferring method we're extracting if the information is either positive review or negative review. So let's just see if ChatGPT can actually pick up if it's positive or negative. And obviously by just reading the prompt here, we can tell that it's a positive review. And now ChatGPT replied with, "The sentiment of the following product review is positive." So here that you can see that ChatGPT was able to infer the text and then extract the information that it was positive. So this is an example of inferring text. And now we're going to use the exact same prompt, but we're going to modify the last question. So here we have the same piece of body text, and now here we're just adding something different. So is the writer of the following review expressing anger? Give your answer either yes or no. So ChatGPT responded with no, and we can obviously tell that it's a no because the writer was really happy. So here you can see that ChatGPT again inferred the text and wrote that the writer was not angry when they were writing it. So in this case, this is just an example of how you could infer text, and there's many different ways that you can actually apply this method and use it in your own daily lives. And that's basically how you can summarize and infer text using ChatGPT. And that also summarizes everything for this part 9 video on summarizing and inferring text. And inside of our next video, we're going to look at the next section, which is called transforming text.